a couple of students, they sent me an email and they said they managed to do the packet switching
tutorial.
The packet switching tutorial, yeah. Who sent me the email? Yeah.
There's only limited computers that allow you to do it.
And did you share that with the rest of the class?
No, I don't like anyone else.
Okay. So
I'm just joking. I told mostly everyone in the group chat.
Okay. All right. Good. So all of you now could manage to do the tutorial. Yes or no?
Yes, I could do it. I did it.
Okay. The rest of the class?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, and tell me what happened. You went to the school, or what happened that you found out about the computers?
Me and Andre did it in school. We went and he explained which ones worked and which one doesn't. And this happens every semester.
See this?
No, Acides wasn't there. He was there at the end. But there's another guy, an older gentleman. I don't know his name, but he helped us out.
He works in the lab or?
Yeah, he works in the lab. He's always there every time, like when I took Uliar's class, and he's always there. It's Acides and him. I guess they're like partners.
Oh, I know what you. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I just don't know his name.
All right. So he told you about the computers that, and why they don't fix it over all the computers? I don't understand.
He says it happens every semester. Every semester, the problem reoccurs, and then he has to reinstall something, and he only does it on a few. So,
Yeah, it happens every semester, yes. So I don't know why he doesn't fix it for all the computers.
Well, he's saying it's like when it's updating, it's kind of each year it updates the system, and it's basically losing some file, I think, or something.
Updates what system?
The AppNet. When they update AppNet, yeah.
And once they do the update, but they shouldn't be losing some of the files. I mean, anyways, so it is what it is. Anyway, so all of you now know how to fit. Are you all done with it, or is still some of you working on packet switching?
I'm working on packet switching.
Okay, and you don't have any issues, like, you know, the story with the computers and everything, right?
I have an issue, so can I share my screen?
Yeah.
I got this message.
So that's again the same error.
Yes. So how do I fix?
But I thought he shared on the group with everybody which computers you log into.
Yeah, that your computer on is 57. You have to be on 63, 58, 51.
Okay, so do I have to?
Yeah, you have to do the whole thing over, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you want. It's a little more complicated. You can download the files, copy them, and then move them to the next computer and upload them. But that's a little bit, that's a little more involved.
Yeah.
I don't mind showing you how to do it if you want. I'll show you.
Okay. Just I restart to the other computer, right?
You have to sign on to the other computer and either redo it or copy over those files to the computer number. Let me get the numbers out.
Yes, I see. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, guys. So the next thing now is okay. The packet switching, you know, there's packet switching 1 and 2, right?
Yes.
So that's when I say packet switching, I mean 1 and 2. So all of you should be finished with that.
I
all
only
right.
did 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I only did 1 also.
So all right. So 2 is easier than 1. So shouldn't be.
Okay.
Is there any known issues for this one, or is it just
No.
straightforward?
It's only once you get 1 done, 2 should follow. Okay. I would like you to start working. So once you're done with packet switching 2, then maybe during the week, I would like you to start working on the project. So download the project. There is a file that I uploaded to, I uploaded several files. One of them is entitled project. Any of you has the file now? Any of you have the file? That discusses the project?
We can download it now from Blackboard, yes?
Yeah, if you haven't done so, then all of you should download this file. So can one of you download it now and then share it? Because I want to show you some stuff. I'm surprised none of you haven't downloaded the file until now. This it has been on Blackboard since the beginning of the semester.
I don't think I even looked on your Blackboard, Professor, to be honest with you.
Okay, Professor, I have it. Yeah, that's the thing, is that we haven't needed it yet till now.
Okay. Okay. So hold on a minute. So this is the beginning of the project. It tells you here about an exercise, one of the exercises that's already in OpNet, which is called IP cloud modeling. You could go through this, but it's an optional thing. You want to do it, why not? If you want to skip it, then it's still up to you. So move on to the next page. Yeah, keep on going. So here, that exercise tells you about editing profiles, but you already know about that from the first tutorial that we did. So it shouldn't be an issue here. Continue. And then this is something called another exercise or another built-in exercise. It's like a tutorial, one of those tutorials that you could use. So it's called voice configuration. Again, why not go through it? Continue. And the whole point here is, okay, hold on, go back. The whole point here is it shows you how to use the applications in the profile. But as I said before, you've already learned about this from the beginning of the semester. So it tells you here about the applications. As you can see, it tells you that there is something called PCM and so on. How to choose the applications, attach them to workstations, and so on. Continue. Stop. And again, all this is about profiles and how to use profiles. So here it tells you about, you all know this now, about choosing statistics and how to choose results that you want to display from statistics. So this is pretty, there is nothing new here. This is repeated stuff. Global statistics, nodal, And it shows you an example of how to view results. So this is really, as I told you, all this is optional. You want to go through it, fine. If you don't, fine. It's not an issue. Continue. Because up to this point, there is absolutely nothing new up to this point. So the actual project start here now. So, and it's very, very simple, straightforward. However, I'll explain now. When you add, when you want to change the utilization, there is it's just an ad hoc procedure. So, and I'll tell you what, there are many ways of going about doing it, but let me explain first what's happening. So you have a router here that's interconnecting two Ethernet switches, and you have some workstations on each side. And of course, all the way at the top, you see the two nodes, one for application and one for profile. Yeah, if you go with the thing to the left, up. No. Yes, right there. So those are the two nodes that generate the applications and the profiles. So without those two nodes, of course, you cannot have any traffic in the network. Now, you see here, I have 3 workstations on each side, but you might want to change that. It's up to you. You want to make this 2 workstations on each side, that's fine. You want to increase the workstations from 3 to 5 or 10, it's up to you. It's all up to you. Okay. Now, go down. So you will see here that, so it tells you here about applications and how to support applications per node. And it says here, that application supported service should be all. You can add your own. So here is an example. It says here, you will see different profiles assigned, engineer, researcher. We did all this at the beginning of the semester. You can add your own, so your own profile. So you don't have to stay with engineer or researcher or multimedia. So you could do your own profile and assign applications to that profile. So you can make up your own profile. Okay, and underneath that profile, you could just add the applications that you want. Now, there are plenty of applications. So you should have at least 3 or 4 applications assigned, at least 3 or 4, okay, at least assigned to that profile. All right. If you are going to make up your own profile, if you are going to choose profiles from the existing ones, like engineer, researcher, multimedia, then again, that's up to you. Okay. Now, as you know, you assign the profile to the nodes. So each node or each workstation, you could have 1 profile per node, or you could have multiple. It's all up to you. Are you with me? Are you all with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Continue. Move. Yeah. So here is an example. Profile names: engineer, researcher, e-commerce, and so on and so on. Okay. Here in this specific example, workstation 0 has 3 profiles, and then 2, 3, and so on. What I'm saying to you is this, and I'm repeating myself because I don't want you next week to tell me, oh, I didn't know that we could do that. So each workstation here, how many workstations? The example has 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Can I change that? Yes, you can. I want to stay with only 2 and 2 on it. I mean, 2 workstations on each Ethernet switch. That's fine. Can I stay with only 1 workstation on each Ethernet switch? No. No, the minimum is 2. Can I use 10? You use whatever you want. Okay. Per workstation, my advice is you don't have to do what you see here. You could just choose one profile. And stay as long as that profile has at least 3 or 4. Okay, let me rephrase this. At least 4, let's say 4 applications per profile. Okay. So you see here a profile that says researcher. It has web browsing and email. Is that enough? No, that's not enough because it has 2 applications only. Okay. The engineer, can you just choose? Okay, wait. Yes, stay with the salesperson. So, or the engineer, fine. It has 4 profiles. It has web browsing, email, telnet, file transfer. Although it has 4 profiles, is that enough? No. Why not? Because it doesn't contain, those applications do not contain multimedia traffic like video conferencing. You see that the ones with the multimedia user, video conferencing and voice or IP call. So these individual applications, you could modify your profile. You could call it new engineer, for example, or engineer X, or whatever it is, and then put 2 or 3 profiles, applications, but you have to add at least 1 video and 1 voice, at least. And there are more than that. So here you have video conferencing and voice, but there is also video streaming and so on. Now, could I use that same profile for all workstations? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Are you with me? Any
Yeah.
questions so far? Any
Nope.
questions? Okay. Now continue. Go on.
It's last page.
This last page. No.
Only 9 pages here.
Oh.
You had 3
okay.
files on Blackboard. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but maybe I missed some. Okay, I'll check again. Okay, go back to that page 9 out of 9. So here, under this set of parameters, if you run the simulation, then you will get to the right-hand side, you will get this utilization, which is about 45%. You see on that result now, go up, look at the one on the top. Yeah, that's about 45%. Now, again, because this was done a while ago and we haven't updated it, so if you run the simulation now, you might not get the 45% under these conditions to the left. If you do exactly this, you might not get the 45 to the right. You might get something around 25, 20%. I have seen it happening before. Now, I'm going to repeat for the second or the third time. Do you have to do this specific set of profiles and applications? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? In fact, I strongly recommend that you not design, you just define, actually, not design, define your profile, and to that profile, add to it at least 4 applications. So 4 is fine. as long as you have one video and one voice. And the other two could be anything, email, web browsing, whatever you want. You want to add more applications, make them 5, 6, it's up to you. And then that profile will be then defined on all the workstations that you have. Now the issue becomes, okay, I'm gonna take the thing now. So the issue now becomes, you choose a certain profile with some applications, and you run the simulation. And then time, and then you plot here utilization, and you see something like this. And this here is, let us say, 40%. Now, you need to know what the set of applications to simulation time. 3, the parameters per application that you used so that you could get this point. And of course, you will have another graph that says delay, and you choose the global, under the global statistics, there is Ethernet delay. That's the one you look at. And then you plot the delay. So the delay will be some number, 10 minus 4, whatever it is, some number. And again, we're going to repeat what we've done before. These two numbers after one simulation will give you 1 point on this curve or on this graph. So it was 40%, and we have some delay, whatever, 10 minus 3. Now I want to get the rest of the graph. I want to get the rest of it. What does it look like? So I want to get 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, close to 100. You won't be able to reach 100. And then go down 30, 20, 10, and then plot this. Okay? Are you with me?
Professor, just gonna be changed.
When you change, yeah, when you want to change the utilization, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the applications. And so if we have only, assume we have only one profile, you call it XY. And let us say we have web browsing application, we have voice, we have video streaming, we have anything else, I don't care. And then you went to video, for example, and you changed it, and then you went from 40% to all of a sudden you find yourself doing 90 or 95% with a very slight change in video. Then how could you get all this? Again, you're an engineer, you have to think. Yes, the process is an ad hoc process. So what you do is, I go back, I don't change the video, and then I try to change, like do finer steps. So the video might give you a coarse step, a wide step, but I'm saying an example. That what I'm saying now, not necessarily, it's not going to happen necessarily, but I'm saying an example. How do you go change the parameters per application? Again, we learned all about this in small configuration at the very beginning of the semester. You go into the application, you go to edit, and then you start changing either the inter-arrival time, or you change in the video, you could change the number of pixels, you could change the number. There are several parameters that you could change. Are you with me? So now, to go about from 40% to 50, 60, 70, and going backward, there is a lot of choices. A lot. And hence, I do not want to see two students having the same results, because that just too much of a coincidence. It cannot happen. It just can't. So one student would change maybe voice and web. Another would change video, or go with the very fine changes in the video together with, I don't know, something else, and so on and so on. Okay? Are you with me?
Yeah.
So there is an ad hoc component, yes. And that ad hoc component could consume some time. Could consume some time. That's why I want you to start working on it immediately. Start, during this week. Now, you could get lucky and get everything done just like that, then all good. But the chances are that you're going to go through several trials and errors. Another thing you have to pay attention to, in the example, you see something like this: Ethernet switch, router, Ethernet 1, and then there is another one, and then the same thing, another workstations like this. User 1, 2, 3. And this here is 10 meg, and I think it's 10 meg. And this is 10 meg, this is 10 meg, 10 meg, 10 meg. In actuality, of course, these numbers are ridiculous, but they are there for educational purposes only. Why? Because again, our machines need to be updated and upgraded. We not upgraded, updated. They need to be, we need new machines. This here should be really 1 gig or 10 gig, and we should have many of here, each one at least 1 gig. But imagine if I run the simulation with these numbers, it will take forever with the machines that we have. So that's why we're using these ridiculous numbers, so that you could get results in a reasonable amount of time. Now pay attention. This is 10 meg, 10 meg, 10 meg, 10 meg here. So now, if you pump in here 10 meg or 9 meg from this profile, and you do the same thing here, and you do the same thing here, then pay attention. Some of this traffic will go here and here. Are you with me? Not necessarily all this traffic will fly through on this link to the other side. And of course, whatever I'm saying is true for the other way around. So the point is, although you could be generating from these 3 workstations about 30 meg, if you do the maximum, if we assume that, let us say 1/3 of it is around here, or even half of it stay here, then we are already way overloading this network, because you could be having at least more than 10 meg going over this link. And what will happen? What will happen is you're going to get some crazy results. Either if it is a lot of events happening, the simulator could crash, or it could avoid the crash by giving you some crazy results. Crazy results means what? Means some of students would tell me, I have a utilization 70%. I thought, and then I got some number for the delay. Let us say 0.5. And then when the utilization becomes 90%, then I get 0.05 delay, which is of course impossible, because as the utilization goes up, your delay goes up, doesn't go down. So this tells me that all these numbers are not true, are wrong. So you're probably working over the 10 meg, over the maximum limit. So how do you make sure that you don't, are you all with me? How do you, yes? How do you make sure you don't run into this mistake? Very easy, very easy. All you have to do is, when you pick up the results to display, and I'm talking here about only one side, because it's just exactly the same for the other side. So you need to display the bits per second, traffic bits per second, or packets per second going on these links, so that you see for yourself that there is maybe 3 meg here, 2 meg here, 5 meg here. And then there is a parameter in the nodes that you could edit to instruct the node to send all the traffic to specific workstations on the other side. So if this is the other Ethernet, so you can tell this guy that he could send traffic to 4, 5, and 6. You could tell this guy, and I'll let you find out about it, that he could send his traffic to 4, 5, and 6. And this guy, that he could send his traffic to 4, 5, and 6. And only 4, 5, and 6. It means this guy cannot send any traffic here or here. Why this restriction? Because we just want to make sure that we want to keep track of all the traffic that's generated, that it will go here. Is it a must? No, it's not a must. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, still, that's fine. But when you display this, you will know what is the traffic that's being generated here, and you will know the traffic here. And then if you find, like in this example, 3, 2, 5, it's the total is 10 meg. You might find that the traffic here is only 6 meg. Where is the other 4 meg? They are here. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So that's it. Basically, you really need to display utilization per link. Of course, the global Ethernet delay. There is also something called queuing delay per link here. If you want to display that as well, or include it, that's also fine. And then traffic per link in bits per second, or packet per second, better off bits per second. And you see that the result allows you, it says you could choose which direction, this way or that way. You could choose both, you know, and keep track of each time you run a simulation. So make sure that things make sense, that the traffic for example, make sure that you don't do something like this. That you have here 6 meg, 7 meg, 7 meg, 8 meg, and then you have here 8 meg. So again, you might tell me what's wrong here. What's wrong here is the probability that I'm generating here, let us say all of them are 8. 8 times 3 is 24 meg. The probability that only 8 meg is passing here and the rest of it staying here, it just is not going to happen. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, Professor.
So be smart and think a bit before you trust a result of a simulation. Okay? And make sure every time you run a simulation, you have to keep track with what are the applications, the profile, and this is why I'm saying just choose one profile, 4 or 5 applications so that it's easier for you to keep track, and just keep this fixed for all workstations. It's just easier. It takes several dimensions or degree of freedom out of the problem. Okay. All right, guys. So finish packet switching 2 and then start with this. And I hope next week some of you will have at least some results. And we could share in the experience that you have. Okay?
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. Any questions?
Professor, when we're going to be doing this, we don't need to change inter-arrival time. We just keep them. It's like
no, most probably you will. Why you don't need to?
No, I thought since you said if, for example, we're changing the in application, for example, it's video, and we're gonna send a lot of video traffic. So isn't it gonna be basically kind of affecting our utilization?
Yeah. You don't also want the video to be overwhelming over the other applications, because again, you might decide like don't generate from the video application 1 meg, and then the other applications, the other 3 are generating maybe 0.01 meg, 0.002 meg. This again is wrong. You really have to do some kind of balancing. Okay? Because that doesn't make sense.
Okay, got it. So there is nothing wrong to just to increase.
So if I have a workstation sending traffic, and this workstation has video, voice, web browsing, file transfer, database, as an example. And then you make it such that the video is generating 1 meg or 700K bits per second. And this guy is generating 10K. And this guy is generating 2K. And this guy is generating 2K. And this guy is generating 1K. Then, of course, all this here is very little compared to what you are doing here. So this is dominating the traffic. So it's like as if you are doing only one application. Are you with me? So all this is now useless, more or less useless. Do you see my point?
Yes.
So again, I said there is a lot of trial and errors here so that you get the right mix. So try, I'm not saying that they should be really equal. That also is not realistic. Okay, but do not go also to the other extreme like that.
Unknown caller.
Are you with me?
Yes, Professor.
So pay attention to these things.
And all the profiles can have all these like a similar, all of them have the same values, and this is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So a certain scenario, certain set of applications will give you certain utilization and delay. And as I said before, the delay is you have the Ethernet, and then you have also link delays or queuing delays. So once you change that, then to another set, then you're going to have another utilization, and so on. Are you with me?
Yes.
Let us say, could you do this? Let us say you have here user 1, user 2. Let us say you generated 1 meg traffic, for example, and you have here 1 meg traffic, for example, and this is here 10 meg. And then you say, okay, so if I add another user, 1 meg, with exactly the same, then I'm going to have more utilization here. Yes, correct. No problem. With exactly the same traffic parameters or the same applications, assuming that I have only one profile per user. And then if I add another one, then my utilization would go up. Yes, fine. You could do that too. Are you with me?
Yes.
What is most important is do not, I don't care here, number of users, 1n. You do not want to generate from this more than 10 meg. Cannot be. Even 10 meg, not more, even 10 meg. Cannot be 10 meg or more, obviously. And this is why I keep telling you, you need to keep track of your bits per second every time you run a simulation. Okay, guys, so hopefully next week you will have some, or at least some of you will have some results, and then we could discuss more. All right. Have a good night.
Good night,
Thank
Professor.
you.
Good night.